Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honor to the apostles, the bishops, elders, and GMS. Shalom to you brothers that's preaching and teaching the truth and sincerity across the four winds of the earth. Right, and I want to go into this, just got done listening to the elders video going into this, and I'm thinking in my head this whole time, driving, sitting here listening and just talking to myself. And I've been saying that like every video because that's what happens. I listen to these videos throughout the day at work, so on and so forth, and I talk to myself, and it was like, you know what, just make a video about it. And everybody, what you're going to see here is black culture. And you're going to see how everybody is fed up, man, with the nigga, the niggadness of what goes on here in Babylon the Great and the way you people act. And Lord willing, I'm going to play either you would already have seen the clip, or I'm going to enter it into a little bit after I finish this intro, or whatever the case may be. Or maybe after what the elder says in his video. Because there was a clip that I saved it from, it was a while ago now, maybe like 2 years ago, maybe, of the elder Apostle Gabar. He made a video, and in the video, which you're going to see it, he explains, he's like, he sees why the nations, when they get around Jake, he says that he sees why they act the way that they do, right? And it is a little funny clip. He's like, oh shit, here comes the nigga. Then he calls him a bottom lip nigga. Right? Because
see why the other nations don't respect Jake and actually hate Jake with good reason. And anytime a nigga comes around, you see why the other nations act the way they do. Oh shit, here comes a nigga. I wonder what this bottom lip nigga is gonna do. Yeah, you see why. I can't blame him, man. I cannot blame him. Lift off.
it's just when you see Jake and you hang around them, well, you don't even hang around them niggas, man. But when you see Jake and you're out in public and you're around Jake, it's impossible to get away from him. You go to the store, you out with your lady, you movie, niggas everywhere, man. And we understand why the nations act the way they do, because we act pretty much the same way when we get around niggas, man. You get disgusted, you don't want to hang around them, don't want to be seen around them. But now you understand when we go around in places, there's a stereotype. All nations have a stereotype. And even though we don't act nothing like them, people already have that stereotype when they see us. Like, oh shit, here we go. Until they find out, you talk to you, understand that you're intelligent, you got manners, you can talk, so on and so forth, right? You not them, right? But it's a stereotype going around, and Jake proves the stereotype every single day. You know how Jake is the saying when you, I don't know how it originated, right? What the term was, but there's a saying that goes, oh, here comes the neighborhood, or there goes the neighborhood. Right, and they say that when somebody moves in a peaceful neighborhood, and then the person that moves in is all loud, ratchet, right, obnoxious, and the neighbor that everybody gets on Facebook and complains about, the older women, right? That's them. And when you see Jake here, when you're around them, you have that in the back of your head. Oh, here we go. You see him with their pants down, this snapback facing backwards, the blunts in the ears, purple lips, can't talk proper. And then if you can't talk proper now, but they purposely talk ignorant, and you just Jake, man, right? But I'm gonna play. I want to get to the point of this Edomite lady. Or she could have been a Jake. I kind of think she might have been, right? But you can tell that people are getting fed up with Jake and they nonsense. And Jake is a problem, right? But Jake is not the main problem, right? Esau is the main problem in earth, but Jake is a problem, right? The culture, the black culture, has told you nothing but how to be a nigga, a degenerate, right? That's the only thing that culture has taught and instilling into into Jake, man. Right? Just be black, because black, it had no color, no culture, no language, no hair, nothing. Just black, void of light. Right? So when you're acting like that, void of light, right? What does that look like? It looks like this, and you gonna hear it, right? I'm gonna play a good portion of this video, but you're gonna hear it and you're gonna see it. Now I'm not gonna play this whole portion. I'm just gonna skip through this because that's the only thing it is, them dancing and terrible music. And so I'm gonna play a little bit of her, or the whole thing of her. She explains pretty much what goes into Bike Week. Then we're gonna play the lady after her, and we're gonna play a little bit of the elders video, and then I'm gonna say a couple things. We're gonna shut it down.
Bike Week for my people of color. I didn't attend Bike Week because it's not like how it used to be, and this is why they're probably gonna shut Bike Week down for good. Okay, number one, there was a car crash into the Waffle House. You crashed into the Waffle House. Don't they have those little protective block things that you could just, have your car stop, so you don't. But anyways, and nobody got hurt. But yeah, that was crazy. Number two, a fight at Shoney's. A fight broke out at Shoney's. You in there throwing them people good food and rain. And the comment said somebody probably walked out. If something like that was going on around me, I'd walk out too, because you don't know if they're going to pull a gun out.
This is why you don't need to hang around
one good thing
big crowds, especially big crowds of Jake. Because when you see Jake in the crowd, a group of 10, 8, 9, you just know they up to no good, man. Right? You just know they up to no good. Pants hanging down. Probably got a gun in their pocket. You just know Jake is up to no good, man. With his whole bunch, you got a ski mask on when it's 80 degrees outside. You know Jake is up to no good. Especially if they got Jordan's on. Jordan's on. Slovakia. Yeah, cut down. Right? But you stay away from Jake. I don't know where it cut off at. But when you see Jake with their pants down, Jordan's on, super tight pants with a Gucci belt on. And they got a ski mask on when it's 80 degrees outside. You stay away from them. A big group of Jake, you stay away from them. Or you're not even supposed to be in big groups to begin with, but especially a crowd of Jake. Oh yeah, stay away from them at all costs, man. All right, and this is why hanging out in the world is not the best thing to do, especially in these times, because everybody is filled with all types of bad food, bad energy, Satan, demons. And that group of demons runs into a different group of demons, and then they're gonna start fighting. Might pull out a gun, and you might get caught up in the mix. And you shouldn't have been there anyway. And then look, now you done got hit, a bystander, you got shot in the leg. Right? You stay away from big crowds, man. I know the Elder Pastor Hard, right, says it a lot. You're not really supposed to be around these people that much. They got all types of different spirits and demons on them. Right, but people don't take heed to that things, and then when you hang around them, those spirits end up off them unclean spirits jump up off them and jump on you. Now you bugged out. All right, we seen that happen with Peg Boy. He always hanging around gangsters and strippers and always doing this and doing that, and so eventually them unclean spirits is gonna jump off on you. And now come to find out, now you like it up the rectum. You see? So those things happen. Those things happen when you're around unclean spirits too much. And we know we got to deal with people in the world. We know we have to deal with them, be around them. Got to get your car fixed. Got to go to the grocery store, gas station, whatever case. You got to be around these people, right? But should you be just hanging out with them, sitting there, because they don't believe anything that you believe. So them unclean spirits finally gonna rub off of you, touching on them and hugging them and dapping them up and doing all that. No, man. Right? So that's what happens.
Girl she tried to go back and grab a clean plate. But that is crazy.
But every time you see stuff like this happen with Jake and all these things, we understand more and more and more why they gotta go, because you can't there's no fixing this. The black culture, the black culture demon that's on the spirits that's on Jake, there's no fixing that, man. You're not gonna get them out of that. So they have no other choice, but you got to go back to the spiritual realm. And then eventually, right, you'll come back in the kingdom when everything is set up, order, and you gonna come back in your right mind. Because right now you're not. Right now, Jake, you bugged the hell out. You confused. Too much is going on, man. And now we're getting too late in the game for now to be playing around in games, right? The gospel is being preached, right? The truth is out there. So when judgment starts to happen, you can't say that you didn't know. Even if you walk past the camp, right? That's you condemning yourself right there. And we know that everybody is not going to get it right now. But we know we're getting closer and closer to the end where the elect is going to be sealed, man. And when the elect is sealed, hey, man, the Lord is going to let these people loose. Right? And then, hey, you had your grace time. You had your grace period. You had your time to get right. You had your time to repent. You had time to learn about the truth. You had time. Now it's that time. But Jake is not going to do that. They're going to continue to be black in America. They want to continue in the folly and what's going on here. And you're going to partake in the judgment. You're going to have to partake in the judgment since you wanted to be endoused with folly. And we're not going to feel bad for you at all. I promise you. We want you people to get judged.
They don't even want you there to begin with. You know, these people, they don't want you down there. You're just giving them a reason. Lord. Number 3.
Yeah,
Go
see.
drive in the car. Lord have mercy. When I saw that, it was a Sunday morning. I wanted to go on Facebook and just like post something. Good morning, happy Sunday. And Lord knows it just hit me in the face. Times I pulled it up. I was like, oh, hello, oh Lord. And then people were sharing it, went viral. So y'all done ruined that young girl's
but
life.
look, she ruined her own life. Because first of all, why are you doing? And I think the elder said, I don't know if she said it or the elder said it, that she was doing it with the windows down. So obviously you already didn't have no shame to begin with. So now that people are recording you doing it, hey, you deserved whatever happened to you. You lost your job, whatever your parents got on your ass, or whatever happened. You needed that. Because why are you doing that? And there's nothing that, yeah, never mind. Why are you doing that in public, right? Why are you doing that in public? For everybody to see and then get upset when people record. You're in the age to where everybody films everything. Right? You're in the age where everybody films everything. If Jake was all, if phones was huge, if we had iPhones back then in the Titanic time, where the Titanic ship sank, people would have been recording that. Like we're in the age of people, when shit is happening, people record. Whether it's danger, whether it's funny, people record. Except when it's the psyop stuff, right? When they false flags and all those things start to happen, then every time somebody records something of one of those things, for some reason, it's always the worst quality possible. But that's how we know Esau's, whatever. Besides the point, though, we're on Jake today, right? We're on Jake. Everybody's getting fatigued, worn out, tired of seeing you, tired of being around you. And now when we go in stores and so on and so forth, we got other nations looking at us like we getting ready to steal, throw something in our pocket and run out the store. Right? But that's the stereotype. Right? Let's keep playing the video.
OnlyFans, because the white people probably seen it at her job. Well, Keisha, we saw you. We just can't have that type of behavior in our establishment. We're gonna have to let you go. So she got a career on OnlyFans. Maybe they was auditioning for Pornhub or something. I don't know. But it was ridiculous. I did not report it, but I did ask out. I hid it. I was like, I don't want to see that. And then I left Facebook. I just went on somewhere else. And I said, let me just go on out this little app for a little while and come back. Came back, somebody else had shared it. Lord have mercy. Just got to get a room, all right? Get a room. What happened to be in the street? You just got it all out in the open. Okay, for everybody to see. The windows look down. I mean, people throwing cash. It's not a strip club, baby.
Jake is disgusting, man. Here it is. She doing the act. And you got niggas around throwing money in. And see, the man that was receiving it, he don't see nothing wrong with it. He think he getting you know, slobbed on. So he's proud. He's happy. So the shame's not going to come to him. The shame's going to come to the woman. You see? And shame should come to both of them. Because why are you doing that in public? You could at least I ain't going to say nothing. But that's Jake, though. That's Jake.
Get a room, all right? Or if y'all want to make something rain, take your ass on down to the strip club, all right? She got a future career, you know, working at the strip club. Cause, yeah, if she had a good job, and you know, people see her face, they just gonna be, you know, reminded. Okay, yeah, there's a video going around. We done seen it. Okay, so her career is basically over. All right. So, number 4, the car crash. The girl was underneath the car. She was dead as a doornail. That car crash. I mean, they posted the picture. The girl was underneath the car. It made me want to cry.
And this is all just pre-flood behavior.
Because
you go to, I believe it's Wisdom of Solomon 14, right? Which I might get that, right? Might as well. All right, this is all things, the wickedness that was going on that the Lord was seeing before he flooded the earth. So what do you think is going to happen in this time? He's not going to flood it again, but a lot of people was getting ready to die, man. A lot of people, especially in Babylon the Great.
I mean, why would you post that? Give the people time to identify the girl, you know, inform her parents about it, you know, so they can identify, you know, yeah, that's, you know, it's kind of disrespectful, the picture, and I wish I hadn't clicked on it because I didn't want to see a dead body. But yeah, so technology, it's just, everything goes viral, it's just all out there. Yeah, I feel like the family could have been informed before the picture was posted. And number 5, the stampede, injuring up to 20 people. Now, nobody was shooting or anything. A fight didn't break out, but people did get hurt. It wasn't life-threatening, but people did get injured from that. And I get it, like when one person start running, or people of color, oh, we see people running, we gonna start running, okay?
The lady after this.
Okay, so
like, if you know you can't control yourself, if you know you want to eat the food, you gonna get locked up,
okay, so now I'm fucking pissed. Listen, I lived in Myrtle Beach from 2000 until 2023, basically 2021. Then I moved back to Aiken. Then I went back to the beach for about a year or so. Anyways, despite all of that, I've lived there, I've worked there, I've had to take my children to school in the middle of all events, all holidays, what the fuck ever. Memorial Bike Weekend, y'all start coming in, the Black Bike Week, whatever y'all want to fucking call it, since y'all want to bring out and talk about I'm motherfucking racist, and if you know me, I ain't motherfucking racist, but when you want to throw some shit up like this, I'm gonna fucking say something. Y'all start coming in the middle of the motherfucking week. Somebody asked me, well, why are you taking your kids to school on the weekend? Well, my kids don't go to school on the motherfucking weekend. They went to school during the week like they were supposed to. And when we have to go to work and we have to go to school in the middle of all that shit, I don't want to see your asses white, black, yellow, green, I don't give a fuck, hanging the fuck out while I'm picking my child up from school. Would you want me to come to your town where you live and you work and you have to survive and take care of your kids and see my ass hanging the fuck out of the back of a goddamn motorcycle? No, it's called fucking respect, period. No matter what motherfucking color you are. So when you come at me talking about I'm motherfucking racist because I said it can be a nuisance because y'all come down acting like y'all ain't got no motherfucking sense, y'all disrespect people, y'all don't give a fuck about the surroundings of what the fuck is going on because y'all come and then y'all leave a fucking wreck. Don't come at me, motherfuckers. Do not come at me. I have lived in it, I have worked in it, and I have took my kids back and forth to school in it. Do not come the fuck at me about some goddamn being racist, because I'm the last bitch that's motherfucking racist. It's called respect and common goddamn sense, baby. But it's okay, honey, because I done tagged you. So I'm gonna come to your motherfucking town and I'm gonna have my ass all hanging out while you taking your babies to goddamn school and see what the fuck you goddamn think about it. Have a good weekend, bitch.
Hey, people's fed up with Jake, man. We part of it. We fed up with Jake too, right? But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna shut it down here, and I'm gonna continue on here in a second. Reach my destination real fast. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shut it down and then I'm picking back up from where I left off in the a little bit earlier, right? Now I'm gonna get. I don't even really remember what I was saying. But I'm going to get this Wisdom of Solomon 14 in the GNT, right? It says the result of idolatry. And we're going to start at 22, right? It says, one thing led to another. It was not enough to be wrong about the knowledge of the Most High. It says they lived in a state of evil warfare. It says, but they were ignorant that they called it. It says, but they were so ignorant that they called it peace. And that's what's going on now, right? With that whole bike week thing and all that shit that the niggas was doing, right? They're living in evil warfare, right? But it's called peace, right? Because they don't see a problem with what they're doing. They don't see a problem with black culture. They don't see a problem. They call it peace. But when the real peace and truth comes out, right, which is what this knowledge is truth, what happens? People buck up. They talk about us, right? We're looked at as the bad people on the earth. Because we're bringing out the true knowledge and the true light, right, and change, right? We're bringing out part of the message is the change that's getting ready to happen to us, right? Obviously, starting off with the elect, right, and then eventually all the Israelites. Because look, what they don't understand is that you're a royal people, right? You come from a royal bloodline, so on and so forth. Right, and this is how you niggas are acting, man. It's far from it. But that's the part of being in that fallen state, right? It says they murdered children, right, in their initiation rituals, celebrated secret mysteries, and held wild ceremonial orgies with unnatural practices. Right? It says they no longer kept their lives or their marriage pure. A woman sucking the man off with the windows down and people recording, throwing money in. You see, this all goes into this, right? It says a man might kill another by an act of treachery or cause him grief by committing adultery with his wife. And that is the common thing that's really pushed in Babylon the Great, adultery. You see, it says everything was a complete riot of bloody murder, robbery, deceit, corruption, faithlessness, disorder, falsehood, harassment of innocent people, ingratitude, moral decay, sexual perversion. And what that lady was doing was a sexual perversion. You see, it says the worship of idols, as in having everybody watch and so on and so forth. So on and so forth. Right? It says broken marriages, adultery, and immorality. Right? It says the worship of idols whose name should never be spoken is the beginning and the end. It says this cause and the result of every evil. It says people who worship them lose control of themselves in ecstasy or pass off lies as prophecy or live wickedly or break their word without hesitation. Right. And this is what happens when you following idols. These idols have a certain spirit and energy behind them that makes people act a certain way they do. Christians walk around just saying they love everybody, just doing whatever the hell you want to, but you love Jesus. You see? It says, this is verse 29, it says they tell lies under oath and expect no punishment because the idols, it says they put their trust because the idols they put their trust in are lifeless. But punishment will finally catch up with them for two reasons. It says, first, they were in error about the Most High when they worshipped idols. And second, it said they had so little regard for holiness. It says that they made false statements to deceive people. And that, what do you see going on? People have no regard, right? There's a description in Proverbs that talks about they said at not all the counsel. Proverbs, the first chapter. They said at not all my counsel and with none of my reproof. Right? Jake don't want to listen. Jake has no regard to the true light, the true wisdom. It says when unrighteous people commit sin, it says they will be hunted down. It says not by the power of whatever thing they swear by, but by the punishment that the sinners deserve. Right? And the Lord is going has, a judgment set up for every last person, man. Right? Whether it be good or whether it be bad. Right? But Jake, there's no fixing Jake. Jake is in a fallen state. They don't see nothing wrong with their behavior. They're nasty, the nigga behavior. They don't see a problem with what they got going on. So they're going to continue to do it until the Lord finally shuts this place down, man, and shut them people down. Right? And call them spirits back up. Because you can't take Jake like that into the kingdom. Jake can't be in the chariots like that. You're going to be in a chariot. Jake going to try to connect the Bluetooth. His chariot got Bluetooth. Bump some Drake and NBA Youngboy. And Eve going to be in there trying to twerk. See ass shaking and booty stinking. And see, that's what Jake would try to do. If you had a nigga in a chariot, man, that's what they would try to do. One of them try to steal it. Hot wire it if it was possible. If it was possible, you can't hot wire no chariot. Right. Jake will do that. Jake will go get the chariot and then go pull up on another man's woman. See, look at me, I'm in the chariot, girl. You need to stop being with that nigga. Come be with me. Doing all types of evil, try to get on top of it and twerk on it. And, no. Oh, y'all gotta just go. There's no helping Jake. You gotta go back to the spiritual realm, man. And then you come back through the righteous elect, and then you'll come back. And you'll be in your right state of mind, man. Because there's no fixing. There's no fixing. The only way to fix black culture is death, man. That is the only way to fix that. All right, so that's it. It wasn't going to make it super long, but I did want to come back and do a part 2 and get the scripture. And the elder read Zechariah 13:8. Right? So I'm not going to get it in here. But, 2/3 of the people have to be cut off. And every day, every time we turn on the news, every time we see Jake, we understand why. All right. When you all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Shalom.